Hey guys, welcome to the Daily Dose. It's Monday, July 15th, 2024. Hope you had a nice weekend. Obviously, some major events in the news, but we'll stay away from that here. Talk about sports. And speaking of events, Roger Goodell, the commissioner of the NFL, was at an event last week. It's an annual conference put on by Allen & Company and attracts big money, big important people around the world in Sun Valley, Idaho, every July. It's sponsored by Allen & Company, as I said, and they get together and they talk about big ideas. Goodell gave an interview with CNBC, which a couple nuggets I thought were interesting. One, continuing to talk about 18 games, which again, to me is like, how can he keep talking about that when he needs the players to buy in? That hasn't happened yet. But I want to talk about something else he said, and it was par for the conference because they're talking about big money. He said he would be amenable to institutional money, private equity money, coming into these franchises as liquid cash infusions to support a franchise acquisition, up to 10%. He threw out the number, 10%. Now, let's put it in context. Private equity money is obviously money that's not part of a person. The NFL has always wanted a person leading the charge, and that won't change. An individual will be the front-facing owner of all NFL teams, as it always has been. But when we saw the Commanders go for $6 billion, and we saw billionaire Josh Harris having trouble getting a group together of individuals, some of those individuals supported by groups of individuals, we saw the need for some kind of cash infusion of other kinds of money. And I call it institutional money. It's private equity, it's hedge funds, it's potentially sovereign wealth funds down the road. That's coming. And just to put it in more perspective, Major League Baseball, Major League Soccer, the NHL, the NBA all allow for up to 30% of the franchise purchase to be funded by private equity. 30%. Roger Goodell is saying 10%. Now, those firms don't allow more than 10 or 15% of that 30% to be a single firm. But it's news because the NFL has been the outlier in allowing corporate, institutional, private equity money, whatever you want to call it, come into their leagues. Now with these exploding values for the franchises, that's no longer. They're allowing it, and they will. Obviously, this is not done, but there's committees studying this, and now you have the boss, Roger Goodell, saying that's going to happen. Maybe a first step up to 10%, but that's going to be needed, again, to fund these massive $6 billion valuations. So we'll see where it goes from here. But the big news to me is that the commissioner of the NFL is now breaking the ice on allowing institutional money into these ownership groups. That had never been done before. It had been done in all the other sports leagues. It's done around the world. We know that. But it's not done in the NFL until soon, as Commissioner Goodell said. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.